All right, it is another episode of the podcast, of the CrewCast podcast, and today it is the 8th episode of the CrewCast podcast, and we have a awesome lineup here today. We have Speed back again, we have Shadow, like always, we have Joel, and we have B-Dubs. I appreciate you guys for coming. I think Side is en route to go home right now as we're currently talking. And
he's
some of the
other
other
guys
guys
in here at the end.
Yeah, may hop in here. Jehovah might hop in, and then D20, it probably won't be on. Maybe at the very end he might. So we shall see.
People have lives.
That's right. But we got a great lineup. I think this is like some of the most outspoken people, minus Jehovah, that we have here in the lobby. So I really like that. So we have a few topics to talk about, and I don't know if we'll get to all of them, but the first topic I want to talk about was that customer service that you've had from time to time. It might have been really bad. It could have been in a restaurant. It could have been in a retail store. It could have been anywhere. Or it could have been something that you gave bad customer service for. And I'll start off. Like, I used to work in the restaurant business. I said this, I think, even in a couple times on the podcast. And I tried to, the whole idea behind being a waiter or waitress or bartender, whatever it might be in that setting that I was in. I used to be a bartender for a couple months at the end of my rope at a restaurant, and then also I waited tables for about 3 years. But during that time, I tried to be like someone's best friend for that 30 to 45 minutes that you're there eating, and I usually did pretty good. Yeah, I try to do as best I can. I wasn't that annoying guy, and this really gives me like one of my pet peeves is if somebody sits beside you when they're trying to get your order.
Oh.
Have y'all ever had that?
Put their
like,
arm around you?
Yeah.
At a restaurant and like
saddle up.
The server will actually sit next to you.
Yeah, I'm not talking
I've never
about
experienced
that.
it, but that sounds awful.
Yeah, it's
Easy
really
$20
bad.
Tip.
It's really bad.
hate it.
No, it's so bad. Like, that's cringy to me. It's like, just, I can't stand it. Like, I don't like when they're overbearing.
I always love it.
Do you really, B-Dubs? I'm being serious.
Yeah.
You like it when they're, like, annoying you almost?
We had a talk about this because we went out to eat last night, and he likes to feed off of other people's energy.
Really?
Yeah, his wife
I
does not like
working
it so
with
much.
the help.
Really, B-Dubs? You play along with it, right?
Oh yeah, like if they look, if they're like open and bubbly and fun, I'm ready.
He was ablaze. We went out to dinner. And because we were saying this before the podcast starts, so let's not be fake. We were already talking about this, but we were at a hibachi restaurant, and they get all lively, and he was lively along with them. It's a good time.
See, I don't know. That's just something not for me. Like, I can't stand it when people make a scene at a restaurant or like B-Dubs. Like, for you, that's like, it's so like, for me, I don't know. It's like such a bad, like, makes me crawl out my skin. It's one of those things.
If we were together, I would probably embarrass you.
Yeah, I'll be very embarrassed. Like, I'm freaking out right now that you do that. That kills me right now.
Awesome,
I would probably be that waiter. I would be like, what's a great idea for good tips? Sit in the booth.
Sit in their lap.
I hate that. And some people like that. Like, I've waited on people before, and they say, why don't you just... They try to carry on a conversation deeper than the initial, like, how are you stage. It's like, what are you doing? And, how's, like, just all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to talk about that.
The question was, how do you want your steak? Just answer it.
Exactly. That's how I am. Straight to the point. Like, when I say I try to be people's friends, I try to be, like, there if they need it and not if they don't. Like, if it's two older ladies, they usually want to chat a little bit, and I'm cool with that. But I have to cut them off and like, I'm really busy, blah blah blah. I'll be right back. But I'm usually pretty good about refills, and I was always good about handling stuff. It really pissed me off though when I had like people come in the middle of the day and they wanted coffee. So we only made coffee in the morning. And we would use the coffee, and then it would get cold, and then we would just dump it out in the middle of the day. Like the next shift that came in, the lunch shift would just dump it out. So no one wanted coffee. But you would get people in the middle of the day, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, that would come in and want coffee. So there was always that leftover coffee, and I was not about to make a whole new pot of coffee for one person. So what I did, and I know this is kind of cringy, I don't know what y'all have to say about this, but I would put it in the microwave, and to test how hot it was, I'd put my pinky finger in it just to see how hot it was, and then I would dip it out. I did that.
Doesn't sit in the booth and putting his finger in it.
But it's your fault for ordering coffee in the middle of the day. So
I'm gonna call food control on you. I don't know what the government organization.
They don't do anything. They don't. They give you a warning before they come.
The classic food control.
Yeah, they definitely give you a warning though before they come, so that you get time to clean up and all that stuff.
Yeah. The people who did the food inspections, and cleanliness.
That was my big thing. Like, but other than that, I really never mess with the people's food that much. When I say that much, I mean like
that much.
I've only spilled a couple of urine. No, I don't really remember messing with people's food at all though. I did get some bad customer service. Now, I'd say bad, but I'm talking about the B-dubs bad, where the guy is overbearing and comes back all the time and is like just too peppy, like fake peppy, and I can't handle that. So we were out to dinner. D20 was with me. We were out to dinner at Red Lobster, and this waiter, he was very bubbly, and it was a slow day for him. He had 2 tables. We were there like before the dinner rush. It was like 5 o'clock, probably 4:30, 5 o'clock, and we were with somebody, and it was their birthday. So, like, we're all mutual friends, blah, blah, we're having a good time, and then he's like, oh, you guys are, what are y'all up to today, kind of thing. We're like, oh, it's her birthday, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, I don't really want, like, whatever your dessert is, all that stuff. I don't want to be sang to or whatever. And he's like, are you sure? Because I can sing. Like, I'm really good at singing. I won't bring everybody else over here, but I got my own birthday song. And I try to be, like, a jackass, and I was like, hey, that song's copyrighted. You can't even sing that in here. Just try to get him to shut the fuck up kind of thing. And I was like, people are going to sue you if you sing it kind of thing. Just try to pick at him. He's like, no, I have my own original version. Like, it's kind of like a remix. So this guy insists. I'm like, no, you don't have. We're like, no, you don't have to, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, I want to. I really want to. And he starts singing his birthday song. And he can't hit a note for shit. And I'm tone deaf as it is. And I know when I'm really bad, he's really fucking bad. And it was just it was awkward because he really thought he was good. There was no, like, sarcastic, feel from that. He really thought he was good. And when he got done, we all didn't know whether to clap or to smile. And so it was kind of weird. Like, a couple of us are clapping and a couple of us are just looking at each other like, what the fuck just happened? And I felt bad for him. I did give him a decent tip. I think I only spent like $10 on my meal and ended up giving him like $6 because I felt really bad that he didn't have that many tables, 1 and 2. He tried really, really hard. It just wasn't happening. And that was just not cool with me that there's a whole... That's bad customer service to me. I don't know.
I agree.
I'll tell you what I hate.
Go ahead.
I hate those fake people that will, like, hit you up with the most joyous smile in the world at the cash register, and then the second they're done saying day and have a great day, their face just goes to, I hate this world. Like, they go from the happy smile, and all of a sudden it's like, have a great day, and it's off. It's just turned off immediately. It's like, you don't have to be that fake cheery for me. It's okay. Like,
it makes you feel like they hate you.
Exactly.
Have a nice day.
I would rather have that than somebody being a bitch to me at the beginning, though. I'd rather
I know. I appreciate them trying, but at the same time, it's like, damn, bro.
I have a terrible memory, but I went to a local Mexican restaurant that I enjoy going to. Well, there's one it's the second best one for reasons like this, because, employees that really hate their job, clearly, but... The woman was just in a bad mood. I don't know if someone broke up with her or cheated on her during the day. And I'm really biased towards always, like, tipping service people. I try to tip as much as possible. You don't want to. I think that's such an insult when
clean 20.
You don't want to be the guy that doesn't tip. I think that's like you don't want to be that guy. Whatever. So I'm always biased towards doing it. Even I just assume people are having a bad day. But this woman was like, I asked for queso cheese as an appetizer. And she said, seriously? Like,
oh, wow.
Like, I don't know if, why would I, this is a Mexican restaurant. Like, I like the queso here. It's the only reason I come. I don't come for the fucking tostadas. It's like, I come for this queso. And it's just like, I don't know why. I was like, is that a problem? And she's like, oh yeah, we're just having problems with it lately. And I said, okay, like I don't want to don't tell me your life story about the queso. I just want the queso. And then she brought it out and it was cold. And I was like, can you warm this up? And she's like, that's what I was talking about. It's been cold lately. I was like, do you guys have a microwave? And she's like, oh yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I guess so.
Yeah, I tipped her like $1. Like that's an effort dollar. But so that was weird. And then I got an Uber.
Was he hot?
Sanford. Oh, he was. Yeah, I mean, he was gorgeous. Like I still suck on his dick, but I mean, he was a real Rudy in San Francisco recently. He like called me after I booked with him or whatever, and he's like, "Have you ever gotten an Uber at the San Francisco airport before?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "You know, you have to be on the level
you
one,
have to be,
right?"
They call you beforehand.
Yeah, at
and they're
the
like,
door.
"Hey, are you in the right area? Where are you?"
And
Because
I
they
was
want to
like-
make sure that you're there.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, I know." And he's like, "Okay, good." And then he hung up, and then I got in, and he's like, I tried to put my luggage in the back. He's like, "No, let me do it." And he like yelled, and then he's like, "Where are you going?" Yeah, he was just really rude about it. I can't think of a time I've like really screwed someone though. I didn't work in customer service for that long because I hate people. So I tried to work in an isolated job. There was some other like kind of customer servicey situation that I was thinking of when you were talking, but now I can't remember it.
You know what's really annoying? When you work at a damn grocery store and you're the only one in the store that's wearing red with khakis, and then someone will have the audacity to walk up to you with your name tag and ask if you work there. I just like the name tag.
I just like to go out in public with a name tag in case any stranger wants to know what my name is. Classic.
I'll be honest. The last 3 times I've been to Target, I've been asked if I work there. Like I'll be
Really?
there shopping.
That means you have a bad sense
Do you
of
look like a
fashion.
Target douche?
Dude, I don't have a red shirt on most of the time. Because I don't
Most of
even like the red shirts like at all. That's not my color. And people like
not your style.
it's old women in their 60s or 70s. They say, "Do you work here?" And I'm like, "Do I look like I work here?" No, I don't. Like, but I've gotten asked literally.
But
the
I
last
can
3
reach
times.
something on the top shelf if you need
You
it,
betcha.
ma'am.
You betcha. Yeah, that's the one thing. What about you, B-Dubs? Anything crazy, dude?
B-dub.
I've got a couple things. I'll make them as fast as possible. First of all, I was very much in the customer service business as a general contractor, specifically in the insurance realm. So if you have a leak in your house or your roof is leaking, I
My butt
come
leaks.
and I fix it. Well, I don't fix it. Speedy, this is a gentleman's game.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we took the podcast that seriously. I couldn't say but.
But
If your roof leaks, I'll send the people out to fix it, right? So that was kind of my job. There was a really sweet, kind couple, and their entire house burned to the ground, pretty much.
That make you happy?
Oh, thrilled because huge
Thrilled.
payday,
Thrilled.
huge payday.
Jolly boner.
So I great salesman. There were 4 other people bidding for the job. I got it, and so they signed with me, and we got started on the job. We did some stuff, and then it came time to do the siding on the house, the stuff that wraps around the house, and I was pretty new at the job, so I didn't really know where to order it, where to get the best price. I was kind of a little unsure. 4 months later, she had called about 30 times wondering, why we haven't done anything on it, and I hadn't returned the call.
Oh.
oh wow, you're
Did-
that guy.
Long story short, a year and a half later, the house was done and they sold it because they ended up moving into a new house. So, happy ending, but I kind of feel responsible for
I can see
not
that.
getting them into their house in time.
I would
So-
have given you a bad Yelp review.
Yeah, trust me, there's millions. So that's why I'm
YouTube
not a
comments.
general contractor anymore.
What
YouTube's
about-
not so bad.
Also the YouTube thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to deal with people. It's not much of a customer service thing. Just
I don't know. I consider it is
kind of
though.
is. But I like these people, and I like those people. But I like what I'm doing. I didn't like the general contractor thing, but I like this.
Have you ever like noticed? This is just a side note. Have you ever noticed when like something like that happens, and you call? Let's say we call B-Dubs up, and I'm really freaking nice. I'm like, man, you haven't been out here in 4 months. I just want to see where things are. Is there any way I can get you out? This week, next week. I
exaggerated the timelines, but
no, you're fine. I'm just giving one, okay? Yep. And so I'm like, can you come out anytime soon? You're like, yeah, sure. We'll be right on top of it. And that's the end of our conversation. But if I call and I'm a dick and I'm just like thrashing you, cussing you, can I talk to your manager who owns this fucking business? I'm going to give you all a bad review, blah, blah, blah. I get things done, but the nice person gets fucked every time. The person is a bitch, gets things done all the time. So I ordered this thing online not too long ago, and the same thing happened. I'm the nice guy, okay? And my mom is a bitch on the phone when it comes to that stuff. Dude. So I had her call, and she just fucking ripped into him, and I got the shit like done the next like couple days. I was like, what? It just always happens. Does this not happen to you guys ever? You've never experienced any of this? Because that's all I experience.
Like, be nice. If you're mean, you have a
yeah, you get what you want. You get what you want.
Yes, there's a T-shirt company that creates and sells T-shirt companies. I'm not gonna say who it is.
What does it rhyme with? What does it rhyme with? Please
don't say it.
Do it.
Does it rhyme with?
Yes.
I'm not even gonna.
Don't go there, D4.
I won't. but they
is it P-flings? P-flings.
No. They messed up some tax stuff for me, and all they had to do was put a little amendment together. It took them a couple hours when it really came down to it, but I was really pushing, and until I got to the point to where I was like, my wife's gonna divorce me, just please do it, please. I love you guys. I can't wait to do more. That's when they finally did it, and it was like 6 months, and then I finally realized, be nice. And then once I was nice, they did it.
Really?
Yep. Is that what you were saying? Be
nice. I'm saying if you're a dick,
be a dick,
and you get stuff done. If you're nice, they just take you for granted.
Yeah, dude. As soon as I was really rough with them, as soon as I really started pushing them around, dude, they got in action. They started moving.
Likely story. Oh man.
Well, I guess that's a contradictory story.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Now you just saw both sides of the coin.
I guess you have to read. You have to read the person you're dealing with. Yeah.
I like it. All right.
D20's here, D4. I don't know.
Yeah, hey D20, how are you, buddy? If you're there, say hello to all the people. But if you're not there, then
hello, 3 people.
There he is.
Okay. Savage. One-liners. This
podcast
boy.
Audience.
I'll give my worst customer experience.
Yeah, please do.
Real quick. The other day, I don't go painting much, but I went painting with a good friend of mine the other day. And I painted something a little different than what they wanted us to paint.
By the way, before this starts, okay, Joel, B-Dubs, and Sidearms went painting. If you haven't seen their vlogs, go watch them now because they're amazing. But go ahead, B-Dubs.
Thank you. But we all painted, and she said, paint this specific thing. And I thought I wouldn't hang that on my wall.
There's the artistic freedom.
Yeah. So
she made a caveat. You can be artistically free, but you're not free from criticism from the other students.
Right, exactly. So, okay, I'll throw that in real quick.
I'm on their side.
So I painted my avatar because I thought, you know what? I will hang this in my office as a memory of my time with Joel and Sidearms. And they said, okay, everybody stand up and look around at everybody else's paintings. And a herd of women got together.
A bunch of women together called a herd.
And pointed at my painting. And it was done before everybody else. And then to top it off, icing on the freaking cake, they took a group photo and posted it online and cropped me out of it.
No, they cropped you out of the thank you email.
Yeah!
It is, but it was hilarious.
They cropped me out of the thank you email.
I was hoping they cropped you out of all the live photos, but there's one that they left you in. But it was funny. The thank you email. I pointed it out in a different vlog I did, and Sidearms and I had a great laugh about it because it's just all the because it's just like half your face and then your painting is completely cropped out. I was like, oh yeah, this doesn't represent our brand.
So that's terrible.
Sorry about them, B-dubs.
Did you see? Did you see?
It's
Did you
okay.
say what the woman came up and said to you? She's like, looks like a DC Comics character.
A herd of women.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we were at an all ages one, so it was mostly like. Well, first of all, it was. I mean, we had some people questioning our sexuality in the comments, which is totally fine. You know, I'm comfortable with it. Yeah, I'm open to all sexuals, and So we were in this class with about 25 other people, and I had 3 guys with me, obviously, B-Dub's side and myself, and my wife. But there was only one other guy in the class out of 25, and he was there for his wife's birthday, and she was clearly a painting expert because her painting looked the best. So it was clearly like her thing, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll go do it with you, honey. Happy birthday." So it was just funny. It was a lot of estrogen in the room, but we were there with our masculinity, and it was tough, but it was fun. I want to do it again.
Fun. It was fun, but the customer service was terrible, seeing as that it's an art class where freedom it should be encouraged, and boy, was it not. Am I right?
The next activity we do, well, I have a couple of things I've told you that I want to do with you, but the next activity we do, I want it to be extra masculine. I have a few things in mind for hanging out, but I like filming real life videos more than gaming, just because, I mean, you know, the gaming cycle is such that we get sick of games. I mean, if you do anything too much, you get sick of it. That's the nature of like hobbies or interests or anything. That too much of a good thing is not a good thing. So I like the breaks I've taken from gaming. I've basically just been playing Rocket League this whole week, and it's felt good.
I know. Rising Stars.
Yep, shout out to the Rising Stars of TeamSpeak. Not Joel.
I could be one.
RB-dubs. Yep. Shadow and Speedy are the Rising Stars. Yeah, but and then I know you guys have gotten back to GTA a lot because you know you take a long break from it and that you want to play it more.
Rekindles,
yeah, rekindling the flame. That's the cycle. So, but I've been enjoying the real life videos lately.
All right, speaking of YouTube, we're talking a little bit about YouTube videos and kind of how we go through that cycle. What are some of the things that a couple of people do when they start a YouTube channel that really isn't the right thing to do? What is something that
Number one goal is to make money.
Yeah, it really is, Shadow. If you want to talk about that more, but that is like, if you said name 10 people that aren't doing this for money now, that didn't start doing this for money, I couldn't name 10 people. Because all the people that...
You'd only be 9 in the crew.
Right, true. That's it.
I started for money.
Shut up.
Still waiting on it, though.
Yeah, right?
Classic.
Still got to check.
Well, I was going to say, if you want to have a successful... I mean, on the positive side...
You have to have a good name, first off.
Yeah, if you have FaZe Clan in your name, it increases your views significantly.
Easily. All you need to do is be FaZe's brother.
Start with FaZe Clan, and then you can just film a video of you doing anything. And you won't believe it, and then that really helps. Or just any, if you have that in mind, it usually helps.
Can't emphasize enough how much you need to be in FaZe. It's so important.
Can't emphasize. If they're recruiting, I want a spot. I'll even change my name to FaZe Peanut Butter or something goofy, whatever's available on the list of possible names.
I'm not kidding. If they invited me, I probably would go to FaZe. I'm not joking.
But naming is important because I mean, not, you know, I guess it's not super important. I shouldn't overemphasize it. You don't overthink it, but I wish I would have made my name something that I could put easily on a T-shirt.
I did great with mine. I'm not going to lie.
Something that works well with phrase. Yeah, yours is good. Yeah.
Joel, yours is actually good. Speedy's is like a B or a C.
Or what?
Just KYR, the KYR, which is Speedy's. The Speedy is good, but the KYR.
It's like girls with it's like girls with like their bodies. Like, oh my god, it could be so much better.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of us that have numbers like D20.
I wish I wasn't a
Speedy
deluxe.
does. Oh god, you chose it, man. I said, what do you want your name to be? And you're like, I guess I'll be a deluxe. And so you're like,
worst decision he's ever made.
Xbox Live 20 years ago.
It really was like
I was
we were the Deluxe
influence.
brothers back then.
That's when their influence. We'd never be on YouTube.
And if you don't know, we got the 4 from our sports number. I was 4 in football, and D20 was 20 in football. So a lot of people's like,
so
the
you were a
Koosh.
kicker.
I thought it was penis inches.
Oh yeah, true. Or the blaze it up. Everybody's like, oh, I get it for 20. Alert.
Big dick
We did
D20.
it because we're big weeders.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's got
We do a lot of.
We
We
do
do
the
a lot of
weeds.
the weed.
I love a good stink wrap to just smoke and just blaze, and you know.
We get it.
Stinky.
You vape, Joel. We get it.
Yeah, I've changed a lot. I was gonna say one thing. This is something that's kind of hard to avoid, but you eventually need to get yourself out of. And I can't say that even if you're on YouTube for a while, you fall into this trap. But when you start on YouTube, what you're doing is usually an imitation of something you've seen somebody else do.
Yeah.
Because that's you were usually inspired to do it, so you're like, oh, I'm going to do something akin to what they're doing. And then eventually you want to find your own style, and that's one of the most difficult things to do on YouTube if you're going to be on YouTube for a while. And you still fall into the, like, am I doing this because somebody... That's the biggest thing I fall into creatively, is I ask myself, am I doing this because I want to do it, or am I doing it because I saw it on the trending tab? And I know people like Shadow, he's his own man, so you like it all depends on the personality. But I know that's like one of the hardest things to break out of is when you like, and you don't necessarily even know when you do it. Like you'll just kind of look back on your old videos and be like, oh, those are shit. But you got to like break into your own style and figure out what you like to do and not imitate other people, and that's kind of hard to break out of.
I
on
got
a serious
something
note.
on top of that too, Joe. I kind of just sum it up as saying, stay in your own lane. You're like, you got to be creative, but I feel like you can't just be average at a lot of things. You have to be, nowadays, you have to be almost an expert to stand out above. I think there's so much saturation. When we got into the game, there wasn't any saturation at all. Now it's oversaturated. I see a lot of people that are like really good at one game, really good at commentating, really have a really nice personality, or take, like, let's say GTA stunts, and you're just, that's all you do. You're an expert at that. People come to you for that content. Or you might be really, really good at H1Z1, you're royalty, and people come to your channel to see really good H1Z1 gameplay. Shout out to all the royalties out there. What's up? Yeah. All right, but
No, my God. And the podcast
Just got awkward.
Yeah, he just did this podcast, so he could say, "I'm showing some full royalties."
But I think you have to be an expert at what you do now. You can't just be average. You can't be subpar. You can't be.
But I felt like that's what we felt like in like 2000. Like the culture in 2009 was like everyone was an expert at Call of Duty, and we're like, "Fuck, we'll just play it." So I think it helps for like to be the specialist. I would say like not just doing a little bit of everything is way harder in terms of being successful. Like that like you're saying, like that be average. It's not like if you're trying to build a solid following, especially when you're smaller. Like all the big YouTubers that do variety bits right now, like I'll just mention like Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Markiplier, Punji. They all usually all those people got big off of one specific game usually. Like, and I mean that's the same with us. Like we got big off of Call of Duty and GTA. But like all of those, like Markiplier blew up off of Five Nights at Freddy's. PewDiePie had the scary game trend, and then was the first one to really blow up off Happy Wheels. Yeah, Markiplier same with Happy Wheels. I don't know. I don't really know what Jack blew up off of, but I'm sure like you find they all blow up off of one game, and then they go into the variety stuff. Yeah, GTA. Like
once they got established, then they started doing variety.
Yeah, so it's hard to start out and be like, because some people will be like, watch my videos, and they're like doing a bunch of various things, and it's like, yeah. I mean, you just don't. It's hard to know like. That's like so hard for me when someone's like, watch my videos and tell me what you think, and they're like playing games with their friends, like variety games. It's like, how do I judge if this is good or not? Because I don't like versus my content where I say stupid shit with my friends. Like I don't even know how I would compare it, because I can't be a fan of. It's hard for me to be a fan of myself. Like I laugh at stuff we do, but like, oh, me playing games with my friends and laughing is great content, right? It's like, well, I guess it's the same thing I'm doing. Maybe I guess just have as good a quality as possible and hope for the best. It's hard to judge. But if you're doing something specific, then you can say, oh, you're doing Town of Salem videos better than this person, or Amazing Frog videos better than this person. Or so I don't know.
I like the I like the whole system of not doing it alone. Like you need to go out and collab with people. Maybe find a small group. You don't have to have a big group like we do. We have 9. I think that's a really large group. maybe help
Yeah, we're
each
trying to
other
cut
grow.
people.
That's a big thing. And like, be patient. That
Get out
is
here,
like
punish.
the biggest thing, is being patient nowadays, because it might take you 3, 4, 5 years to establish some kind of base where you can grow off of. I see a lot of streamers, I see a lot of YouTubers that are just now blowing up over a period of time. Let's take Dashy. Okay, Dashy has been on YouTube for 7 years. I don't know if you know who Dashy is. He does a lot of those. He does a lot of Mario content. He does a lot of scary games. He does that kind of stuff. He's kind of like a Jacksepticeye, but crack a little bit. But Dashy has been on YouTube for 7 years, and he didn't blow up to his 5th or 6th year. And he's been literally doing the same stuff that he's been. It just took some people and get a little bit of consistency.
Consistency is the biggest thing that everyone's going to get successful at different times. If you're lucky enough to get successful, like I felt like I got it way earlier than I should have, and I took it for granted to a degree. But a lot of you guys were on YouTube for a while, and a great example is like the Good Mythical Morning dudes. Those guys have been on YouTube for like 10 years or something. Yeah. I mean, just for a really long time, where they were like doing it in their dorm room, and now they're still doing it with a high production value. But yeah, if you that's the consistency thing is related to the not wanting to do it for money, because unless you have like a someone that's famous, like your brother is already famous or something, and you can get, or your friend is already famous, you can get subs from them. Like, you have
like suck the lifeblood out of me.
I was thinking of a different specific example. No, but I'm saying there's ways you can get subs faster, obviously, if you got a hookup. But unless you have something like that, it's going to be a long, hard road. So being consistent is important, and I mean, not everyone's gonna. It's not gonna happen for everyone, and it usually no one can make you. No one can fire you from this. Only you quit. Yeah, that's good. That's how I used to think of it.
Along those lines, like I joke about the thing with my brother, but like he did the whole Minecraft thing with me for like 4 years, and he had minimal growth and little spikes here and there, but it wasn't until he was like, all right, I either have to quit or I gotta figure something out, and he just made his own plan and did his own thing and did what he really liked. That's when he blew up. Like everything, all the promotion, I promoted him to death. That didn't do nearly, in comparison, what happened when he actually said, okay, I'm going the way I want to go. Because I always told him, I was like, dude, upload daily, do Minecraft, play Minecraft.
Minecraft's the ticket.
Minecraft.
Start building a Minecraft.
Minecraft.
But when he figured out his own road and he just went all out for it, and along with that, the persistence, the fact that he continued for 4 years to do it, and then finally hit it, same sort of thing.
Yeah, I think Joel kind of hit the nail on the head when he said luck, because that is probably the biggest factor in all of it. I mean,
at this point,
I know it's like it's not really something that you kind of want to accept, but like a lot of whether you become successful on YouTube or not is completely out of your control. Like all you can do, like I think,
unless you have boobs.
Yeah, that helps. Yes, I was going to mention.
Nice pair of bosoms.
Even that is not really in your control, because like you can't control if you're no, never mind.
Well, no,
you can.
Yes, you can.
Classic.
But honestly, if you make yourself a girl just YouTube, then you deserve it.
Yeah.
But
well,
like
you're like setting yourself up to be lucky, not setting yourself up to like doing the things like being consistent. That's setting yourself. You can control. You can control. You can't control when you will be successful. You can control if you have a better chance.
Yeah, and like you can have amazing content. You could have an amazing personality. You can follow all these rules, but like unless somebody just happens to find you, and like a whole lot of things happen, then you're not. It's not gonna happen for you, and like that's why a whole bunch of people have subs when they don't really deserve it.
Like B-dubs.
I can hear you.
But yeah, like it's the luck thing and what B-dub said. Like just be patient. Like if you're gonna start a YouTube channel, first off, have it be like the reason you're starting a YouTube channel is like, man, like I think it'd be really fun to make videos. Not, man, I really think that I have something to offer and I can get 100,000 subscribers.
Or, man, I'm gonna make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, that's you're gonna be very, very disappointed.
And you won't. By the way,
Especially
even at
if
the
you're-
highest level, you won't.
Unless
You're gonna-
FaZe is in your name.
You
Yeah,
are
unless FaZe you.
that is going
Big.
to show that is going to show through in your content, and people are gonna see through your fake ass. Like,
Well, another great tip is before the video starts, you want to ask for likes. Like, you want to make sure.
How many?
Oh,
We gotta hit
set a
50,000.
realistic goal like 5 million likes. Like,
Okay.
you gotta have them. Like, you gotta have the viewers trained. Like,
Tell them to smash the button. It doesn't
yeah,
count
like
if you
mindless.
just click it.
Yeah, don't ask them to just click the button. That's like boring.
Fucking smash
Whoa,
that
whoa,
shit,
whoa.
Ask them
fam.
to like smash it, sexually assault the
Teabag
like
it.
Did you guys hear? There's a new
value?
pop-up.
violate the like button.
There's a new pop-up when you hit the like button. It only comes
Yeah,
up when you
they
hit
just
it.
added
They just added it.
Yeah,
Y'all
they
should
just
try
added-
it out
makes a
right
sound
now.
when you click the like button.
Yeah, did you hear that? Oh shit.
You could also sort of like put the pressure on the viewers. Say like, if you like the video or have a large penis.
True.
I mean,
True.
everybody
Yeah,
wants-
true.
Everybody
True.
has
Or-
a large penis.
But girls
Or
don't like it
You
there.
can grow your other social media as well by going on Twitter and saying, "Hey, I got this great video. Won't upload it until I get 1,000 retweets, though." Even though you were already going to upload it, and you still
I
will
like
anyway
it.
if you don't. You got to make
I
sure you
like
get them
it.
retweets, dog.
I'm learning so
I
much.
like it.
I got 473, but because I love you guys so much, I'll upload anyway.
That's my
What a
favorite one.
guy.
My
I
favorite one
seriously don't
also
understand that shit.
is I just
Win-win.
uploaded 10 videos for you guys. 10 videos. 10 videos. I know I already have 7 billion subscribers, but I uploaded 10 videos this hour just for you. Just for you. Just for you. Not for me. For you.
That's
And make sure
fine.
you tweet out a picture of your editing timeline.
It's true.
Oh yeah.
That shows you work hard. If you have a picture of your Vegas timeline on Twitter, that shows that you. This is what I do for like. I like when construction workers tweet out built
Pictures
this
of their
today.
work.
Actually,
Yeah.
my brother does. My brother does some landscaping. He does.
That's a
do
little
that. So I
different
guess that
example,
is.
though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it's like an accountant tweeting out a spreadsheet. Like, look
yeah.
what I did today, boys.
Yeah,
No one
it
cares.
is. Well, that's just the silliness thing. But yeah, I was gonna say as another example, you could like drink, like go to a like Taco Bell or something and like drink a quart of queso or just something to give yourself like a little diarrhea or something, and then you can make a video in all caps that says "I have food poisoning," or like just like, anything you can to bait it a little bit. Like get a ding in your car and say near-death car accident.
Gotta do something with a 1,000-degree knife too.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
What's the you gotta
You know what's
if
a
you
shame,
can find
though?
the next
Everything that
1,000
you
degree
guys
knife-
have said.
And put an arrow in
everything
your
that
thumb.
you guys have said is what actually works.
Yeah.
I know it's sarcastic,
Yeah,
but it works.
Yeah.
We're keeping it real. I don't know how that shit works. Like, because everybody that you talk to,
Hates it, but yet there's
Yeah.
dumbasses watching it.
and it's just the people who are too stupid to talk are the ones
They're-
writing it. Like, wow, that knife is really glowing red. Look at that. That looks so real. I need to see this.
There are some things I'm like jealous I didn't think of at first, so I make fun of it, like, oh, that's so stupid. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, God damn, I wish I would have thought of that first. Because it's so successful. But yeah, there's some things that are just like so desperate. We're to the point where it's like, I know, like, I don't, want to see an arrogant thing because, like we said, YouTube is a lot about luck. So maybe something that works for other people won't work for me. But I know I could bait my video titles differently or do other things more than I do. But I just would have such a tough time looking at myself in the mirror
Yep.
after
I wonder,
doing it.
the people that have an attractive girlfriend and whore her out in their thumbnails and titles are the ones who I really want to know how they sleep at night.
It's
I don't get
very-
that shit, dude.
It's
If
very
I put Nicole
odd.
in a thumbnail, it gets lower views.
Oh my!
Sound damn
fucking
great.
Those
God.
ones are the only ones that get likes from me.
That's
Thanks,
Ones where
Joel.
you
Just
keep
a
over.
boring beat-ups.
We appreciate it.
oh my God. Why? What did some of the things that you've seen on YouTube that you like thought, oh, if I really thought of that, like for real thought of that, like here's one thing. I remember back in the COD days, we did like commentator videos, but C Nanners was the first one to put like a little sidebar on the side of the video that would say
all his kill streaks and shit.
Yeah, kill streaks and all that. He also was like one of the first ones to do face cam. But he put all that kill streaks and all that stuff. That was the coolest shit ever. I was like mind fucking blown.
Production value ever.
Yes, and all he did was go into Photoshop, and at the time I didn't know how to do fucking Photoshop. That was crazy. The only person I knew that knew how to do Photoshop was Speedy, and he did a couple of things. He did his titles and stuff like that sometimes, and I was like, oh my fucking god, Speedy's a god at Photoshop. Holy shit! But
yeah, if you knew how to do basic stuff in Photoshop in 2011 or probably 2010, you look like a brilliant genius.
On YouTube, yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you have to be good at it. Like I don't understand.
Now you just pay someone to do that.
Nah.
It's so true though. Everyone does
Yeah,
that.
I mean, a lot of people do.
And then they still call it YouTube. It's fucking our tube at that point. Do your own shit, fuckers.
I like people are like, I can edit
Touchy
videos for
subject.
you, or I would like to do something like this. Or it's like, I mean, if someone would want to make me a cool thumbnail, like that would be cool. But at the same time, yeah, it's like, you know, you're dealing with a bunch of other people, and it's just, I don't know. I've never been able to like delegate. I don't want to delegate my work for. I don't know. Yeah, what part of my job is my job? If I'm delegating my work, it's like people are like founding or like creating my personality for me. Like when you do little goofy edits, that's part of. That's
the
you.
fun part, kind of.
Yeah,
it
that's
really
part
is.
of your personality. Like
Yeah.
when you add a little goofy. Like there was a little clip in my, not trying to like, you know, like pump myself up or whatever, but there was this little part in my painting vlog today where B-Dubs made this funny joke, and I zoomed in on his face because I think he's funny,
hilarious.
and I think as like just little goofy things like that. Like if I told an editor edit that video for me, maybe he wouldn't do that because he wouldn't think this part is funny, or like I did because I thought that part was funny. Like I don't know. I mean, but I try to be sensitive to other people's situations, but. I don't know. I do think it's a little bit more the culture of like people do all this stuff for me is like kind of ridiculous.
There is I don't want to say names, but there's a huge part of YouTube, the upper echelon of people that can afford it, that don't edit their own videos. I don't think it's necessarily a horrible thing, but it's not a great thing because a lot of people still think that they edit their videos and this is them.
But they lie about it too.
Yeah,
keep it
exactly.
under
They
wraps.
hide it. They don't put in descriptions, stuff like that. I will be honest.
They pay the editor more to not link them.
I agree.
Yeah,
Send me a
Exactly.
screenshot of your editing progress real quick so I can tweet it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some people that do that, and
Yeah, they haven't
there are
signed
a big
contracts
bunch.
and shit.
I don't
Yeah.
want to get too far away from that trends we're jealous of because I think that's a cool topic because I had one in particular I had a better one than this. God, I'm forgetting. I'm like so forgetful tonight. It's been a long day. But the one thing I saw someone blowing up off of that I was like, damn it. Like this is gonna sound stupid maybe, but seeing people blow up off commentary videos in the last like year, it's like Luna or Leafy or just like talking about stuff.
Topical, yeah.
Yeah, like
videos.
topical. Yeah, just talking about things. I got away from that. I feel like in like 2014-ish because I felt like, oh, this is dying. But that was one of those things where I was thinking of the things I was seeing on the trending tab and not thinking about what I'm good at and what I like to do because I love those videos. Like I love making commentary type videos or things where I'm just talking into the microphone about stories or things in my head. Those are my favorite types of videos to make. And I feel like it's something that I'm decent at. Like it's one of my better skill sets on YouTube. And I got away from it because I was like, oh, I'll just, you know, I was thinking too much of the group mentality as opposed to what I'm good at. And then to see them blow up off of that, it's like I could have done that same fucking thing. Like, I wouldn't have done the like call out kids shit. Like I'm not gonna make fun of 7-year-olds.
Right.
But like I was more thinking of like Luna or like people telling stories. And I wouldn't tell like fake stories. I don't know if Luna does. Luna's a big guy,
I think some people do that. I think some people make up shit.
You get
Not necessarily Luna, but
like
anybody.
stuff, but
Yeah.
I just wish I would have stuck with
Commentaries.
stuck with what I was good at. Yeah, commentary. Like it's just because trends are so cyclical on YouTube. Like you know, one thing's up and then
God,
it's,
you're great at words.
Yeah, it's a good word. It's a good word for what YouTube's like the ebbs and flows of like commentaries are big and I mean that's
Ebbs and flows.
Oh my
yeah,
God!
now I'm just
gross.
now I'm doing it on purpose. Now I'm just yeah, throw
Did
the
he say
air horns
dick
in
bicycle?
before. Dick bicycle. It's true in everything. You know, there's trends in fashion that go out of style and then come back in style, and that's the same on YouTube. And I think it'll continue to be that way. And that was the one in particular that really got me lately, where I was like, fuck, I wish I would have just stuck with doing commentary type stuff.
Do you think it's a come back in style, go out of style, or do you think it's like, a majority of people have stopped doing this because they've been doing it forever, so
I think
new group picks it up?
Yeah, I think exactly. I think it's a thing comes in style because a few people start doing it really well, and people start gravitating towards those people. Now, all the up-and-coming YouTubers or established YouTubers who want to ride trends, which is all of us, or a lot of people, see that. And
Some more than others.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that too. And then a thing becomes saturated. So that's the point of the cycle where it's going up a hill, it's getting popular. When it's saturated, that's the top of the hill. And then it starts to go down. People start to rebel against that type of content, or people just stop watching it. And then so, people aren't watching this content anymore. I'm not going to do it. And then so then it's like on the dead level.
It's cool to hate that stuff too, Joel. It's cool to hate anything that's famous at the time.
On the internet,
people hate it.
I mean, people. That's the toughest thing about YouTube is the change aspect of it. Like, if you think you're popping, you can fall. You can rise so fast and fall so quick. And that's what I'm happy.
Shit,
dude, come on.
Something to my throat. Fuck.
Yeah, you got something in your throat. But it's just we've had high highs, and we're in like a more of a stagnant period. But we've always been able to like do what we want to do and have enough to have this be like a financial success. Yeah, to get by. And it's not. It's a situation where you have to be able to ride the waves, and that's where you said like it's easier with a group. I mean, to do this alone, some people you see have.
I would have quit a long time ago.
Yeah. People have mental breakdowns, and then the drama channels like to comment on those mental breakdowns. Yeah, but I can understand why people have mental breakdowns, especially if they're only working by themselves, introverted people to begin with, and then it's like, because one day you're like, oh my god, everyone loves me. Look at all these people that love me. I'm feeding off of this. I maybe have never felt like this before, and then literally a month later, you could be like, oh my god, I lost 20% of my views. Why do people hate me now? And it's just a roller coaster is how I describe it. Like riding the way, you got to be able to ride the roller coaster and ride out the tough times, and never get too excited about the good times, and never get too down about the low lows.
I got a couple topics on that, Joel. I want to go back to a little bit of commentary, and I'm going to use Leafy a little bit. Like I don't know how this happened, but the Leafies, the Lunas, those guys, they are really, really good at commentary. Like they are way better than we were at the beginning. I remember trying to work on my commentary skills. Calm down, okay? Calm down. All right. They tell a story very, very well. And they come. I swear to God, B-Dubs, don't make me come through this mic. I will come through this mic.
Mute me.
Anyways, so when we first started doing commentaries, I remember I was really, really bad at it. And I'll take Sidearms for example. He was the worst. I remember him doing a dual commentary with one of our friends, and he was the worst. He was so nervous. He couldn't think of anything. Now, he is one of the best guys that we have at doing commentaries now. I watched one of his Shell Shock videos maybe a month ago. One of the best commentaries I've ever seen him done. Very proud of the whole process that he's been from the time he started till now. And I think some of the guys that are getting into the game now are so much better than us when it comes to commentaries than we were when we first started. I think it's a must-have when you're talking about starting a YouTube channel. You got to be good at commentaries. You got to be able to talk to your audience. Something that's was very trendy back in 2015 was talk at the beginning of your video, talk to people, see, hey, how are you guys doing? Blah, blah, blah. This is what you're about to see on the video. And then you get into your video. I think we've done some of that stuff too, which is very good. But people are so good at it now. It's crazy. And another thing I want to talk about on the whole Leafy thing, you're right. He was a very solo guy. He tried to get in. Once he grew so fast, he didn't really have a lot of friends. He trusted a lot of people with a lot of content, and he tried to bounce ideas off people. He might have stole a couple ideas from some of his friends or whatever it might have been, that whole story. But that's why you have to have a close group of friends that kind to put you in your place and also tell you what's good, what's bad, that's been good for us to have. Like, even if I upload a video today and there's something in the video that you guys don't like, you guys will come to me and say, hey, why did you do this? Why is this in the video? And what were you thinking on this part? And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but you guys kind of keep me in check, and we kind of all keep each other in check. Like, hey, that was really good in this in your video today. I really like that. Maybe take out this next time, but add this as well. So it's a really good thing to have a group. I think it is, because you got to have a close group of friends that you can trust at the end of the day.
And obviously we're biased towards that because that's how we became successful. But
right.
I mean, like in general, it's just like treating people you want to be treated is great in any industry. Like I'm biased again because I'm in the situation, but I think we're the same as before when we didn't have any subs or views or anything like that. I view my group as the same now, like as it was then. So if you let a lot of success change you, that's usually when you start to see issues like you don't bite the hand that feeds you, or when you treat people like underlings for I don't know, for lack of a better term, but just like because you have quote unquote more success than them. I believe in karma and stuff like that. So I think that's good in any industry. And what you were talking about, what you feel like people are so much better. It's almost, if you want to think of it like television in the 50s compared to in the 60s. In the 60s, you're like, wow, this is so much better quality. And in the 70s, wow, it's so much better quality. Or like movies, it's like a movie compared to in 2000 that was made in 2016 compared to one that was made in 2006. You can see much better special effects quality. That's so much faster on the internet because it's just more people with more access to more technology. So videos, if you were to go on YouTube in 2014 and see the quality of certain videos compared to stuff that was put out in 2016, even particularly in gaming and in other situations, you'd be like, wow, this is like much lower quality. And the people who shoot up and succeed faster are the people that have different editing techniques and have different quality.
Guys, shoot up.
Yeah, shoot up heroin. Like, I mean, like grade A under A isn't making like the best animation you've ever seen, but he's making completely different than what, I mean, maybe not completely different. I don't want to speak, YouTube is such a big site, you can never know what everyone's posting it every single time, but it's just a completely different style that you haven't seen before. And then, I mean, people like Epic Rap Battles take editing to a whole new level. And when you see a Corridor Digital now compared to 5 years ago, you can see a huge jump in their editing. Dude Perfect now, I mean,
yeah, Dude Perfect's taking off, man. Holy crap.
It's like you can start with a little, if you can just start with a little bit better and then continue to compound your success. It really, I mean, that's when you see the super big channels.
No, I'm really jealous of. I'm jealous of the Dude Perfects, the Rooster Teeth, the Philly D, SourceFed, all those guys. That was like my dream job, is to go to a place, record, have other things going on, other sideshows. It's like I could take Shadow into a room. We could do a small podcast. Speedy and Joel could do a vlog together. There could be D20 doing a video by himself in a room, and then we could all come together and do a video. That kind of stuff is the coolest stuff.
What the fuck would I do?
You're at the front desk
doing the cooking show.
Am I mopping the floors?
You're at the front desk taking calls. Okay,
everybody.
egg and cheesy toast. Okay.
I rented a car this week, and
Yeah.
in the rent-a-car place, they had one of those Nerf Dude Perfect hoops hanging up, like for the employees to mess around with. And I was just like, I thought to myself, God damn, those guys are billionaires. It's funny. If you could switch with any YouTube channel, who would you switch with? Shadow, I know yours is the Chainsmokers, but whatever you do.
No, it would be Philly D. It would definitely be Philly D.
Really?
Yeah, I admire him so much. I think he is. It's either okay. So my first thing I wanted to do on YouTube was to take D20 and we would do kind of a comedy skit. So for me alone, it'd be Philly D. But for me and D20 together, it would of course be Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link. But good Mythical Morning. Yeah, but I really love those guys. I think all three of those guys. Actually, D20 is the one that got me involved with, got me onto the whole Rhett and Link thing. But Philly D does such a good job with how he treats his I could say his employees, but I feel like it's his friends. And if you've ever seen his little tour, he does a little tour of his office space. It's the coolest shit ever. They're like state of the art, got everything set up to the T. It's amazing. It's awesome. And I really, really Would love to do that on a daily basis. And then Rhett and Link as well. They have, those 3 to 4 people that work with them behind the scenes, and kind of, feed them the stuff and do all that other stuff. That's the coolest shit ever, man. It makes me smile just thinking about it, because that's the dream as a YouTuber to be. What about you, Joel? Like, who is somebody you want to switch with?
Well, honestly, lately it's been that when Dude Perfect revealed that new office setup, I was like, God damn, I wish I was them.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I brought up that example. In terms of any other channel that I've been jealous of, I guess also I brought up Epic Rap Battles. Obviously, I made a series that kind of ripped them off and stole search results from them, like of rap battles back in the day. I like but in terms of the editing quality and stuff like that, I'm jealous of when people are great at editing, and obviously I could get much better at editing if I tried every single day and took online classes that I don't take and stuff like that, so I don't put forth the effort. But I am jealous of people like Do Perfect and Epic Rap Battles in particular that are really good at editing. Is there one for you, B-Dubs? Is it Bungie?
Speedy.
Speedy's a good one.
What did I do?
Speedy.
I think a lot of people try to be Speedy.
channels.
We'll switch channels.
You want to switch channels?
We're
B-Dubs?
talking.
can make
We're
that
talking
happen.
about YouTubers you want to switch channels with.
Oh.
Or who
B-Dubs
you
wants-
wish,
That's an honor,
who you
B-Dubs.
wish you were. And I wish I was
Who
Speedy.
I wish I was? Oh, B-Dubs, stop.
I'm sorry.
What about you, Speedy? Who would you switch YouTube channels with? Just that you admire. I said like
shit,
Rhett and
dude.
Link and all them. Who would you switch with?
Fucking PewDiePie, dude. Fuck damn.
I do like the new Savage Pewds. I do
Dude,
like
Savage
that.
Feuds is awesome, dude. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
And that forced positivity video was so. I've seen people maybe try to make a video like that, but that was so genuine and so.
Is it a
good,
PewDiePie
like,
video?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Did it just come out?
It was a couple of days ago.
couple days.
Oh, I hadn't,
Yeah.
I haven't
He
watched
talked
Savage
about-
Feuds in a little while, so I need to
Yeah,
watch
he
that.
talked
me
about
either.
how much he fucking hated pretending to be happy when playing video games, and he's like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. If I dislike the game, I'm gonna say.
Oh, is it the
That's
video
why
that says this is why I stopped playing video games? Is that one?
Yeah. That was
No, that was
No.
today. No, it's called Forced Positivity on YouTube. It was.
I
like
saw
a
that in my
few-
sub
that's the one I
box.
was talking
But and then
Okay, I'll
but
watch
yeah,
it.
and he's made like really.
Well, then he's
like,
made
that
two
was not-
videos of the same exact thing.
I saw today.
Yeah,
I
it's
uploaded
about
one
it too.
saying "Stop comparing me to Kazoo Boy."
Oh yeah. I haven't watched.
I'm
that one yet.
watching that one, dude.
But then yeah, like I like the my first car video and all the funny
I'll
the
take
funnier
Savage
real life ones
Feuds
he's been
over
watching
Happy
lately.
Wheel Feuds every day.
It's so great. Yeah, that's a example. That's a great example of like switching up content, evolving. That's
Right.
an
Yeah.
example, and he's been thriving more than ever lately. Is if you look at his growth, that's a good example of it.
Yeah, he's just a great YouTuber all the way around, though.
Any for you, Shadow. I mean, I don't know if you
Shadow,
switch with
is there a
anyone.
big town of Salem channel that you'd like to switch with, Shadow, or are you just...
Shadow is
He's
the
the
largest.
I'm going to guess that Shadow's going to say Satan.
No, I was actually thinking, and I'm not really.
the
I'm kind
jealous
of
type?
comfortable with like where I am and who I am and all that stuff. So like, I don't really. I'm happy with where my channel
That's how I
is.
feel, too.
Like if it
Yeah,
if it
we're
dies,
just
it
hypothetical.
dies.
This is a
Yeah.
hypothetical.
Yeah, hypothetical, of course.
But if I were to pick one person, it would probably be. This kind of goes along with Satan, I guess. B-dubs.
Yes.
Jacqueline Glenn.
Is that a girl?
Yeah. Well, no, it's a guy named Jacqueline.
Oh,
But no, she's a.
didn't realize I was going to be met with some sarcasm,
Huh.
boys.
Wow.
I've not heard
believed
this
it.
YouTuber. Look
There
into
we go. Get called out for
Jacqueline?
assuming genders.
She's a vlogger who pretty much just calls out religious bullshit. She's like, she's a
God
pretty,
bless her. God bless her soul.
She's a pretty well-known like atheist and everything like that, and just to have a channel where
No fucks are given?
yeah, like
Where you're completely wrong about everything you say.
no, just a channel where you can
Speak
I
your
guess
mind
I-
freely?
yeah, like, and it's weird for me to say that because
because you could do it on your channel.
I could do it on my channel. I feel like if I started, making vlogs about like my thoughts on like Islamic terror or anything like that, like, I feel like I could do it and it'd be fine. But there's also like that's not. I feel like that would be doing a disservice to all of the people who
Stay in
don't
your
want
lane,
to hear
Shadow.
that shit.
Stay in your lane.
It's
Your Town of Salem fans.
not. I mean, Town of Salem fans, sure, but like I acknowledge, like most people don't give a shit, and I would say that of my subscriber base, like 90%, random number, but really high number. I'll just put it at 90%. Don't want to hear that kind of drama, which that's pretty much what it would be. When you make a video like that, it's going to be met with a lot of controversy and drama, and just people don't want to deal with that. So, I mean, I guess that's what I'm sort of envious of Jacqueline Glenn and all these people who have like made their channels based off of that. So like people know what they're getting into, and so like you know what to
that way.
You know what to expect. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's contradictory to the do what you want to do where your heart is, right? Like
on my end?
on that? Yeah.
Do you think you would want to do that? Because I mean, yeah, it's the tough thing for me with channels like that is there, I can see the entertainment value in channels like that, and we were talking about Leafy earlier and stuff like that, but it just seems like when you to just be involved in negativity all the time, and it's the same reason. It's not just YouTube. Like the same reason I couldn't be a newscaster, like read the news to constantly read, like to talk about that. They talk about like things that make you upset. It's so much nicer to be positive 75% of the time, even to just, and it looks like she has some parody videos too, so I'm not generalizing her content that I haven't even watched.
No, she enjoys like a lot of the videos that she does has like sort of like a sarcastic humor to them, which appeals to me. But I mean, I just think I don't know. It's not necessarily getting involved in negativity. I don't understand why it has to be negativity. Like, I don't understand why we can't just discuss things. And, like, if somebody disagrees with something that you believe in...
It's all about how you present it.
True.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be negative.
I'm definitely going to have to check this channel out just to see what it's about.
I don't know
I'm
if
intrigued.
it's your content, D4.
No, I want to check it out, though. I'm open to all content just to see where people stand. Because this platform, like we talked about last week, is a huge platform, and there's a lot of things out there that you don't ever touch or get a chance to ever get to, because there's so much content on this website, like you were saying earlier, that you can't keep up with everybody, so you don't know what's new and what's going on.
I have no idea.
Dude,
My knowledge of other YouTubers comes.
I'd probably
from
say it
you
was the
guys.
lowest. Yeah, I would say it's the lowest out of the crew. Probably.
on the positive YouTube note, I wanted to mention, sorry, Shadow, to cut you up, just really quickly, that YouTube did add this feature that I thought was really cool, and Philly D talked about it too, but on the trending page, or on the paid promotions page that says trending, they added a feature called like Rising Star. So they pick a YouTuber that's kind of like a smaller, like a couple thousand subs or 20,000 subs
They
or
used to
something
do
like
that
that.
shit all the time.
Yeah, they pick them and they spotlight them on the trending page, which I'm sure gets viewed a lot. So
Well, they used to do that when they first opened this
Thought that
damn
was cool.
site. When we first started making videos in the first place, they would have people on the front page that somebody randomly would go in and pick, like, that's a really cool video that people would actually want to watch. And I just remember, like, seeing crazy stuff like guy catches fish with hand, and it was actually a guy catching a fish with his hand. It wasn't some guy putting his hand in a fish bowl trying to catch a goldfish, that kind of shit, and not getting anything, or picking a plastic fish out of a bathtub. It wasn't like clickbait. It was just something random that people might want to watch, and then they had really good videos on there. But anyways,
Well, okay. Before we move on, though, I want to say this because
we're ending this shit.
We've had this topic. Okay, before we end it, we've had this topic where we kind of all talked about how we would have liked to have done things, and it transformed into who we want to be. Deluxe, you said earlier, stay in your lane.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that can be, people could misconstrue that as, I started this way, so I need to stay this way. But we all talked about something different that we wish we could have done and wish we did.
Yeah.
Maybe stay in your lane.
I'm not good at what they do. I'm not good at what they do. Yeah.
What you're saying? Well, maybe you are though. Maybe you're better.
I'm not. I'm telling you. I know me.
Stay in your. Well, what I'm saying is maybe stay in your lane means more so stick with your passions.
I can see that. Yeah.
What are you passionate about? And follow that passion, and that's going to help give you drive to go for something that you really love at the moment, even if it's different than what you're doing. And you might take a hit, it might kill you, might ruin your channel, but better to follow your love and your passion than to drive out something that you're not.
I'm just trying to tell the people that they're doing gaming videos and that's their passion. Just because you see a hot knife video doesn't mean you need to run over there and try to do a fucking hot knife video. That's what I'm talking about. Those guys that I'm trying to take from. Yeah,
they can be related, right? Like staying in your lane can be stay with you.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about the gaming and the hot knife. No, that does not relate. People, stop it.
Correct.
But yes, what you're talking about, we're on the same path. We're staying in our lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also think that I don't think as a YouTuber, I really owe my viewers anything, and the YouTube viewers don't owe us YouTubers anything. Like there is no like
no, they saved a bunch on their cable because they canceled it because of us. So I think they do. Am I right?
High five. Okay.
I do think though. The one thing is kind of what I touched on earlier. If you are going to take your channel in like a new direction, there's no reason that you are not allowed to do that. There's no reason that that's not okay. But at least let your viewers know that, because they subscribe to you because you upload, I don't know, H1Z1 content or whatever, and like that's what they
How many people subscribe for that?
I just said something. But if you're not going to upload that then anymore, then you gotta let the people know. If you're gonna go upload like makeup tutorials or some shit, then not that you would D4, but just
and honestly,
I'm into
that's why it's hardest to change, especially if you become established by something, because or I mean, maybe you are in denial about it and you'll quickly realize, but when you're going to change, it's going to be hard and people are going to leave. For you doing different content, you're going to get unsubs or you're going to get less views, and that's why I like that quote. I don't know if it's a quote by Jay-Z, but I think it's by Jay-Z. It's like he said, "My first million wasn't my hardest, my second million was." Or like in terms of selling records, I think he was talking about, or maybe it was money. But it just like once you've already become established doing something, then to not get caught up in being just the guy that had that one-hit wonder, or to become successful doing something else. You spend you spend a lot of time when you're not successful thinking about the things that make you successful. So once you have the spotlight on you, you have less time to think about, okay, what else can make me successful. I spent all my time discovering that I like that thing so much. Now what's the next thing? I don't know. I'm already in the game, and it's a lot harder to change when you're in the middle of it. And so that's why you fall into, and I felt like I've fallen into a trap of not being able to evolve quickly because it's really hard.
It's true.
Like my penis.
True. All right. On that note, we're gonna end the podcast. But okay, we need to stop doing that.
Slurping a penis.
If anyone was wondering,
if you just go to Tropical Smoothie and say, "I'll have one penis, please," I'd like to slurp away.
Sidearms is coming. We gotta end it with sidearms for sure. But I do. We're ending the podcast right now, Sidearms. Say something, man. Say something.
To the podcast.
Say something.
Oh, you guys are leaving?
Yeah, we're trying to wrap it up.
Looks
It's
like
only
I came
20
just
minutes.
on time.
No, it's 20 minutes
What
in. We're trying to
YouTuber
wrap
would
it
you
up
wanna
right now.
Me? Yeah. PewDiePie.
Just like your dad.
Being brothers.
Brothers in arms.
Oh my God. Anyways, we're ending the podcast right now. I want to thank everybody for coming except for Sidearms. He's late. We're going to have to write him up.
Sidearms.
But B-Dubs, thank you. D20 as well. Shadow and Speedy, appreciate that. Joel, you're the best out of all these guys. I don't know why I even bring these other guys here, but I love you. I'm just kidding, man. I'm kidding. I know how you like that. I know. Yeah,
B-Dubs, it was nice having you for any of the podcasts. I know you're not going to join.
Hey, this is B-Dub's second time, man. He's a big deal. Okay, he's a freaking big deal.
Time.
It's the last time. Sorry. But if you haven't checked out any of these guys on YouTube, if you've been living under a rock, their Twitter and their YouTube is in the links down below. Also,
we're all changing.
We are all changing. If you see hot knives,
makeup channel now.
we're all knives and makeup. Hot knives on makeup. But
are you gonna put my picture on screen?
I'm not going to this week. No, you didn't make it. You didn't make it. God. Okay, last week I forgot to put it.
Here. Yeah, even when I was here, I didn't put it on. So
I knew it was coming. That's why I just did it. Yeah, you got to pay your dues. But anyways, there is going to be a link down below. Also to SoundCloud. If you haven't checked out SoundCloud, you got to follow us there because you get all these. You go ad free, just all the way through. You can listen to them in your car, wherever you want to go. And we got a lot of action going in the background, but that's okay. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast. Tune in, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.